Hey, it's Karen, and welcome to our 50 is Just a Number video podcast, where we share everything for women over the age of 50. Because I don't know about you, but dang, those years went by really fast, and I just can't, truth be told, I'm closer to 60. You know that if you've listened to my previous podcast, and I just feel like, oh my gosh, so much changes in our 50s. And I want to share that journey. I want to be part of your life. I want to talk about menopause and other women's health issues. I want to talk about divorce and dating. I want to talk about making these the best years of our lives, embracing change, and having fun all along the way. But in today's podcast, I'm talking about being Karen. Not a Karen, just the name Karen in this world of a Karens. I mean, it's crazy. I did a podcast on this probably 3 years ago with a dear friend of mine, Letitia, who has a large roofing company. And we did a Karen and a successful Black businesswoman because she's in a man's world, because she has a roofing company, which is certainly was a man's world. And then being a Black businesswoman and the things and trials and tribulations that went along with that. So it was kind of fun to do that together. So I will put that podcast link in my notes. But today, the reason I'm bringing this topic back up, because my goodness, it is not going away. And I will tell you, and to all the Karens out there in the world, please send me a response and let me know a funny story or an interesting story, or maybe a less than funny story of what you've been through as a Karen. So, of course, I always do research before I do my podcast, and I tried to find where this originated. And it's really more just kind of a general, entitled, middle-class woman that asks for the manager. Okay, that could be any Beth, Mary, Joanne, any name out there. How they pick Karen is beyond me. It's even in Wikipedia. So I looked, and I'm going to read this to you. It's like, to give examples, Karen is associated with the kind of person who demands to speak to the manager in order to belittle service industry workers, is anti-vax, and carries out racist microaggressions. I mean, I don't want to be classified like that. That's not me at all. And again, I want to go back. Oops, I forgot. The reason I'm creating this video is I was just with colleagues the other day. This is how long this is staying with us. And they were having a different discussion, and I was working on social media, and they're like, oh yeah, well, you don't want to be a Karen. I'm like, I looked at them like, that's my name. I'm sitting right here with you. And they're like, yeah, but you're not a Karen. You're just named Karen. But why bring it up? My feelings weren't hurt. I mean, these are friends and colleagues, and it's all fine. I know I'm not that middle-class snob, ask for the manager. Heck. I've been in the service industry too many years as a youngster that I just would never consider belittling anyone. That's not my personality. But so years later, my podcast was probably 3 years ago. The Karen phenomenon is still going on, which is absolutely mind-boggling to me. And I would say, can we come up with a different name? Can't we move it on to somebody else? But then that's not fair to that name and that group anyway. It just doesn't make sense to move it on. We just have to stop it. Like, people that they say Karens judge are judging Karens. So it's just an interesting a way of life. So on Instagram, on social media, Facebook and Instagram, I'm Casey Killian. That has nothing to do with being a Karen. I got hacked on Facebook. Surprisingly enough, there's a lot of Karen Killians out there. So it's just easier to reach out to friends and build my following by switching it to Casey Killian and just say, hey, this is why I did that. So changing my name on social media or abbreviating my name on social media has nothing to do with being a Karen. But I also want to share, because this sounds much more positive. I did, if you Google something enough, you can find something positive. Of course, you can find a lot of negative, but you can find positive too. And it said, Karen is a female, source not disclosed. So I'm sorry that I can't share that with you. Karen is a female name of Danish origin. My family was not Danes, but it was a very popular name in the 50s and 60s. It originated with the Danes and the Greeks and is diminutive of the more formal Catherine. Karen means pure. And this is what I love about searching on the internet. You can always find something positive too. So pure, I'm pure, which points to the wonderful innocence of childhood and the loving, pure nature, bodies. So pure nature, baby, and bodies. Okay, so there we have it. There is some purity, there is some positivity to being a Karen. So the next time you meet Karen, not a Karen, I do not tolerate that kind of behavior. I do not agree with it. I just don't think we should name it. I don't think it's fair to the rest of us. So anyways, that's my little soapbox tonight. I thought I'd have fun with you during the holiday season because gosh darn, it's not going away. And I will add that it's also cross-generational. Even my son will go, who's 26, will say, yeah, you got the bunk name. No, it was not a bunk name in the 60s. It's just a bunk name now because it has a title. And if I meet a group of people, I will jokingly say, I'm Karen, not a Karen. And everybody laughs because they get it. They're like, poor me. We know what you're dealing with. It's in comedy routines. It's probably in a movie out there that I don't even know. So again, here I am talking about something more about me and all the other Karens in the world, which again is my age group. Those of us born in the 50s and 60s for me. Reach out to me, share your story. Let me know if you've had any Karen comments. And then please hit subscribe because we will be talking about other kind of just fun, interesting topics, some health, some romance, some finance, some career. I have a networking group for women in business. I am going to talk about careers in future videos just because ageism is real. So hit subscribe. As always, make it a great day. And remember, 50 is just a number. All right, bye for now.